I know it's not Thursday, it's Friday. Uh, just unexpected situations. I couldn't join yesterday, but hope you can join me today. We can talk about Windsor market. A lot of things happening. A lot of new interesting things. Just market updates of what's happening in Windsor, Ontario. What deals are there, deal of the month. We can discuss those things, and also any questions you have related to real estate. This is the time to ask. So, welcome back. And my name is Aditya. If you're new here on this channel, we talk about real estate, how to achieve financial freedom through real estate investing. And again, I share my journey and I share other people's stories, how, people that I come across achieved freedom through investing, and also, some success stories as a real estate agent. Different topics are on this channel. So if those are the topics that you're looking for, make sure to subscribe, like, follow, um, so that you won't miss any content here. So with that, let's get into today's the Windsor real estate market update. Like I said, one of the major factors that we are all facing is the interest rates. Interest rates, the after Bank of Canada paused for a couple of times in last 3-4 months, finally they increased rates by 25 basis points last month. So since they increased the rates, like from beginning of this year, we have seen a steady growth in the market in terms of prices and activities. And all of a sudden, since they increased the rates, we have seen the decrease first time in this year, decrease in the price. Again, I'm going to show you in a second, share my screen, what those numbers are. But for the first time, we have seen the price decrease. The activity has gone down. Again, what does that mean? Honestly, like a lot of emotion out there, because the interest rates, as soon as the Bank of Canada make any decision related to interest rate, there is direct impact on the real estate market. That's what I've been noticing. Again, any comments you have regarding this situation, please share your thoughts here. I would always love to hear what everyone else thinking, because it's not just me what thinks, also like what other people are thinking. So, and also if you're joining here for the first time, just let me know, hi, your name, where are you joining the live from. So here's the data. So this is for the June month. We are in July, June month data. So we usually have by end of the month, the beginning of new month, we'll get the data for previous month. So last month, the new listings comparative to last year. So the number of listing has gone down. The inventory has reduced comparative to last year. But at the same time, the number of properties sold also gone down. But again, the listings gone down by significantly. The properties, number of properties sold comparative to last year at the same time, actually also decreased. And if you look at the price, so we are still lower than the last year around this time. So I'm going to show you detail, but again, this is on a higher level. Right now, the average home price in Windsor for last month is 582. So if someone wondering, what can I get around 582 in that, 500, 600 range, an average home in Windsor, again, if someone looking for a first time home buyer, a beautiful average home, actually, we have a listing coming up, completely renovated, single family home with a double car garage, perfect first time home buyer, first time home buyer property, for someone to move in. Beautifully modern renovations, 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 livings, finished basement, double car garage, good size corner lot. But again, just a little shout out there. Let's dig into more into this data. What exactly happened last month. So if we start from a activities point of view, the number of listings. So these are the available listings on the market for June month. So the last month we had 1141. So even comparative to May, we had a little bit more inventory. Comparative to April, we had even more. So when there is more inventory, obviously the supply is increased, right? So that usually the demand goes a little down, and that's what we have seen. The sales also down. If we go down to the sales, here's number of sales. So last month we had a 546 sales, whereas June month we had 525. So the sales gone down, inventory gone up, the supply went up, demand gone down. So obviously that directly impacted on the price. So here's the price. In June, 582 is the average home price. If you see in May, it was 602. So if you look at the trend from January, the price has been steadily increasing from 516 till 602. So there was almost 84,000 increase in the price from January to May, until the Bank of Canada decided to again make another rate hike. And most likely, I think this month, I believe 12th, we will have another announcement. The chances of rate going down again, sorry, the chances of interest rate going up again are high. That's what I've been hearing from our mortgage experts and in the industry leaders. But again, we gotta wait and see. Who knows what's going to happen? So if it does increase again, then likely we can see another price drop for July month as well. Again, this is just a predictions, and again, this is me, some random guy on YouTube, just some sharing some opinion. So don't take it as a final thought. Do your own due diligence. And again, just to dig more into this, the prices again, if you look at the trend of last year as well. So last year, actually, the average home price at one point was 720. This was the highest ever in Windsor history. This is the last year. And since then, the prices steadily decreased last year. The reason being, again, interest rates. The interest rates have a direct impact on the market. So let me take a pause and look at some questions here, so that I'm not just talking to myself. Here I go. Hi, how are you? Hi, Imran, how are you? I'm doing fantastic. So, okay, so going back to this slide here. So pretty much like the inventory gone up, sales gone down, and the price has reduced. And I'm projecting this may continue for next 1-2 months, 3 months, until the good news happened last month was the inflation came down to 3.4. So their target inflation is around 2%, to which is like they're not too far from, because we came down all the way from like 6-7%. So looks like Bank of Canada getting what they're looking for, but probably still there is a little bit of gap. So probably they might continue on that track. Again, we have to wait and see, because it's very tricky. What it means, honestly, this continued to happen all the time. Like it's up and down, up and down. But we all know, like real estate is not a short-term basis; it's a long-term. And also, just another curious data that I always love to see, what price range majority of the properties are selling for. So, a lot of people reach out and ask, hey, I want to buy something under 300. So if you look at under 300, there is like overall in Windsor, Essex, there is like less than 30 properties sold in under 300. If you see like under 260,000, probably there were like, the mobile homes, under 100,000, probably like, maybe a lot, a non-buildable lot. Probably this 200 to 300 range, 7 properties, usually they are like 2-bedroom small houses, need of renovations, gut job. Usually this is the price point that a lot of investors look at, where they can get a decent homes, actually decent 3-bedroom homes in this 300 to 360 range. And if you want like a little bit more family home, a little bit more nicer, probably you're looking anywhere from 360 to all the way 700 in this range. So if you look at the majority of the sales are 420 to 700. These are like average homes that most of the families would love to live. Nicer neighborhoods, bigger size, decent condition. Those are the properties in this range. And above 700, probably again, if you see the sales are much less. Over a million, probably again, there is only like 32 sales over a million. So again, just a good idea on what you're looking at. This data can tell you what you can get. So obviously this prices under 300 are pretty much garbage properties, or very small ones. The average homes are 300 to probably even 550, and 550 to 800, probably you can get more nicer home. So yeah, just to get an idea on what you're looking at. This would help you. And from an interest rates point of view, again, a lot of people ask me how to calculate how much would be my monthly payment right now if I'm buying. So if you're buying average home price in Windsor right now, 580,000, 82,000. So if you're putting 5% down, probably with a 25 years amortization, this is again new rates. For a first time home buyer, TD is offering 5.25. So let's go with that 5.25. So at a 500 average home, your monthly payment is $3,392. If you put 20% down, and if you go for 30 years amortization, again, usually with a rental properties, you can see here your interest rate has gone up, because this one is usually with a high ratio mortgages are lower in the interest rates. The low ratio, like with the 20% down, usually the interest rates are higher, so your monthly payment is coming down because you put more down payment. But again, play with this website to know how much monthly payments you have to make. And also this website is pretty cool. It will tell you like what can be your monthly expenses, what are all you need to know. Again, you usually have to play around. Probably taxes for an average home price in Windsor, probably 250 to 300. You have to change that according to monthly debts payment, if you have any debts, utilities, property insurance, maybe property insurance in Windsor 120. Make those changes and see how much you need to you will need every month to hold this property. And if the same property, if you would have got a duplex, maybe the other unit is making $2,000, now your monthly income gone down. So yeah, look at those numbers. Again, just my recommendation over there. So hope that gives you a good idea on what's the market look like. I know it's a Friday evening, probably not many people are like curious to see just having partying. Probably I'll go party after this as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the market data. And we have some interesting properties that are on the market, and some of them are coming up. So I thought I would share those as well. Let me just pull up some properties here. If someone is interested, someone looking for any single family home, multifamily, duplex, whatever, me and my team here in Windsor, we help out investors, first time home buyers, different um, people who are like looking for some help. Get an idea, if you want to just jump on, see, curious what you can get in this market, or whether to buy or not, or if you're selling, thinking of selling, not sure if it's the right decision, DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to jump on, just have a call, just to see what's the right for you. So let me just quickly share my screen once again here. So here we have some properties that are on the market. If someone looking for a duplex house hack, this is a beautiful home. We have like a duplex. It's a 2 units with a third in-law suite right next to the university. If you look at the neighborhood, it's a perfect rental property. Like the university is right here. This is the university, and the property is right here. And it's completely updated. Huge property, fully renovated, nice brand new kitchens, new washrooms, all done in last 2 years. 3 bedroom on the second floor, rented for $2,000. Main floor and the basement together, now they're renting it out for $2,500 to $3,000. So you can get anywhere from $4,500 to $5,000 income, and listed for $599, pretty much priced to sell. And there is some room for negotiation. If you do the numbers, probably it would make at least a break even for someone looking to for 5% down it will break even, but for 20% down probably you will make positive cash flow. Like we saw, this one, if you look at this, this is pretty much like in that price point. So if you put 20% down, you're making a decent cash flow, because your monthly payment is like 2,660, probably another $1,000 for expenses, so 3,600. You'll be making like $1,000 cash flow at this price point. So even with this rate, even if you want to increase the rates to maybe 6.5%, just in case, if you're wondering. Still, you're at like 3,000, another $1,000 expenses. So $4,000 is your pretty much monthly expense. You're still making positive $500 cash flow. So a lot of people ask me, are there cash flowing properties? So yes, of course, and someone is asking in the comments like, how old is the property? And obviously this property is like in older part of the city, like this. Let me pull up the map again here. So mostly the central Windsor, West Windsor, and downtown, these areas are older part of the city. Like if you look at the map here, so this part, Walkerville, downtown, West Windsor, near University, all these are West Windsor and Sandwich. These areas are mostly older homes, like 80-90% of them are older homes. But if they have been maintained well, usually older homes are not bad. Like, if the same property, if it's a brand new, probably will sell for 850, 900. So you will be having positive cash flow if everything is maintained well, if the roof is in fairly newer condition, if the windows are vinyl, if the mechanical is updated. You don't have to worry too much. If make sure, get an inspection done, make sure foundation is good, make sure roof is good, make sure all the elements is good. If it's not good, account for it, and then do your calculations if it makes sense for you or not. Because I started with older homes. I didn't buy newer homes because if I go for newer homes, probably the cash flow is much less. So that's one property. And we have a more other properties. Like if you look at here in my list, we have another single family home with us, in-law suite, listed for 349. If someone looking for a very basic entry level home, again, single family with a non-conforming in-law suite. So it's not a legal unit in the basement, but nice, completely beautifully updated in a nice location, Walkerville area, very beautiful neighborhood, completely renovated, brand new kitchen, brand new washroom, new flooring. Easily would rent for 1900. And a basic clean basement, nothing fancy, just a decent condition. Probably if you're living upstairs, you can rent out or do Airbnb. You can easily get like $1,000-$1,200 in the basement. So this one. And also we have a couple of multi-families. If you're looking for a 4-plex or 5-plex, this one actually very interesting opportunity for a right buyer. If you're looking for, they listed for the 4-plex, legal 4-plex listed for 749, but there is a room for negotiation. Price to sell kind of, all 2-bedroom units, top to bottom brick. One unit is vacant, which you can rent out for easy 1,500. The other 3 units are rented currently for low rents. So the rents currently are probably like under 2,500, and with the vacant unit, probably you can make around like $4,000. But also comes with a potential to increase, because those 3 vacant units, they're good size units. Those 3 rented units have a lot of room to improve. If you do cash for key, if you have watched my friends Mina's interview, you would understand, there is a lot of room. Like if you do cash for key, if you get this property, maybe 700, under 700, and you spend another 20,000-30,000 on these tenants to get cash for key and increase the rents, now you can get over $6,000. Now the property value went up probably by 100-200,000. So there is a room for potential growth, equity potential. So yeah, that's another opportunity. And also we have another nice turnkey investments, 5-plex. If someone looking for just park their money in a nice turnkey investment property, legal 5-plex, nicely updated. All the units are rented for market rents as well, except one tenant. That tenant, probably if you do a cash for key, you can increase another $1,000, income being over $6,000 plus already existing. So yeah. And also we have some more properties that are coming up. If you want to stay on our list, DM on Instagram with your email address and phone number. We'll put you in our database. We'll reach out whenever any deals come up that you're looking for. Just let us know what you're looking for. We'll give you a shout whenever we have any opportunities, interesting opportunities come up. So that's pretty much for me for this week. Any questions, any comments? Mm, Probably let me know. Maybe I'll hang out for 2 3 minutes here because I know it's Friday, so I don't want to take too much of your time. And hope you guys have planned your weekend. I'm trying to plan mine. The gang already called. Why don't we have a poker night tonight? I don't know. We'll see. Shiv Prasad, how many years old is this a duplex? Yeah, it's a duplex with a third non-conforming unit. Like I said, it's an older home, probably 70, 80 years old. I'm not sure exactly how old the property is, um, because a lot of properties in these areas that I just mentioned, a lot of even owners doesn't know because there are so many terms the owners turn over and the city records don't have that much data. They don't know exactly when the house was built. As a first time home buyer, is it ideal to get a pre-construction or a considerably new house or an old home? Honestly, it all depends on what's your goals. I started with a 120 years old property because for me, when I started, I had very less money. Honestly, like not much money left. I was like, in a heavy debt. So I started with low price point because, if something goes wrong, what goes wrong? Mechanical, furnace, roof, AC, everything has a cost. Roof costs 6 7 thousand. Furnace costs 3,000 3,500. AC costs 3,000 3,500. If there is any waterproofing has to be done, $10,000. So everything has a cost. So if I account that cost into consideration and then make an investment accordingly, um, older home or newer home doesn't matter. The challenge with newer homes is the price is high. Obviously you will have less maintenance because it's a newer home, but your mortgage is much higher. So if you're in a financial position where you cannot afford, then it's challenging, right? So it all depends on what's your what where you are financially, like what's your goals. So there is nothing wrong with buying older homes, like honestly. Even my house that I'm living right now, where I am shooting this live, this home is built in 1967 or 7 something. Solid home. Even the newer homes are not this solid. Did it had any issues? Yes, I upgraded over the period. I had some washroom leak. I had to redo the whole thing. Cost me $5,000. And I recently did a landscaping. Cost me another $10,000, $15,000. So over the period, there will be maintenance. Even for the newer homes, you have to do the driveway. You have to do the sodding. Sometimes you have to do the deck. The cost is everywhere. But if you plan for it, if if you budget for it, it's not going to be that much pain. Whereas older homes will give you a positive cash flow, or it will be in a more in a budget friendly. So you can start with that, slowly move up in the ladder. Hey Cyril, what's up, man? Good. I'm doing fantastic. How are you after a long time? Michael, hi Aditya. Can you kindly share your contact? I want to discuss one property with you. Sure. So if you can DM me on Instagram, there I can, we can schedule a call and discuss more. So I'll put my Instagram handle here, or send an email, info@wincityre.com. So if you DM or email, my assistant will schedule a call immediately, as soon based on my availability and your availability. So more than happy to discuss over the phone. Hey Arvind, I am from Waterloo. I know the house prices of Waterloo are way up when compared to Windsor, but I want to ask you about the appreciation value in Windsor. Can you please advise on this? So again, the appreciation values in Windsor has been significantly growing. Like I just showed the screen, um, the homes average home price in Windsor used to be like 150 200 5 6 years ago. Now it's 580,000. Even with the last 1 year, the rate crazy rate hikes. Even with all those things, still our average home price is 582,000. So what does that mean? The average home price, the home prices in Windsor are appreciating, because the biggest reason is Windsor economy is growing. The amount of jobs coming into Windsor are growing. The amount of people moving into Windsor are growing. Like, so those are two basic fundamentals for any city to grow or to diminish. If the people are moving out, if there is no jobs, if the unemployment rate goes up, the city prices will go down. If the unemployment rate goes down and people population growth increases, then you will see the appreciation. And again, the last 1 year has been interesting. Since we saw the rates coming going up, we have seen the prices gone down. But since the Bank of Canada paused from beginning of this year, we have seen again a consistent increase from 516 to 602. So even this year alone, from 516, right now the average home price is 582. So there is almost a 70,000 appreciation, which is more than 10%. Even this year, this year kind of like a slow year for many cities. Even still, we have a 10% appreciation. So Windsor is on the track for growth. If you read, about Windsor, there is a lot of articles coming out. Windsor is on the top 6 list of growing cities, because all these things happening. Like, I talked in many videos, so many things. One, college is attracting a lot of international students. It's crazily growing international students. The bridge construction bringing, it's one of the busiest international border. And Detroit, all across Michigan, growing, because that also positively impact Windsor, because a lot of people go for work in Detroit, Michigan area, because it's only like 5, 10, 20 minutes. If you're just in Detroit downtown, 5 minutes. If you're somewhere around, like, Ford plant, or GM plant, or different industries, Amazon, whatever, they're all in within 20 minutes, 30 minutes drive. So a lot of IT jobs over there. A lot of citizens here, Canadian citizens, they work on TN visa in States. A lot of nursing jobs, different jobs, they're available in Detroit. And the weather in Windsor is much better than compared to Toronto. Many people told me, like, it's much better weather here in the winter. Of course, summer is always beautiful, because Windsor is surrounded by nice, beautiful water. It's just a beautiful place to live. Less traffic. Of course, now we are slowly increasing in traffic. Probably, from one end to another end, it used to take 15 minutes. Now probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but not crazy 1 hours, 2 hours. It's a and where you can find everything. Like, all the entertainment is across the border. A lot of entertainment now growing in Windsor. Before, I'm an immigrant, of Indian background. I used to crave for food and all the desi style parties. Now I see all those things happening here. Lot of restaurants. You can find everything, like, whatever you like: pan, chai, biryani, halim, everything. Before, it used to be tough, like when I moved here, but now, like, crazy amount of people moved in, and which opens up a lot of small businesses, which, in a short, it's growing. So a lot of new things happening. And the electric plant that you guys been hearing the news, electric battery plant, that is already now back to in progress, back to work. And they have settled down with the government some grants. I don't know what exactly the grants were, but this came to a settlement. Now they're back to work. So that's also growing, bringing in more jobs, like 2,500 something. And sub companies that depends on those will come up. So it's a very growing city. And a construction, a lot of construction happening in and around Windsor. So yeah, that's my take, from appreciation point of view. I know it's not a one answer. How was pani puri? It was good. It was good. I was little disappointed that for $10 it's only 9 pani puri. It's like, we used to get for 20 rupees 10 pani puris, but $10, which is like 500 rupees. But it was very good, and I'm glad they took initiation. It literally felt like home, having on the streets. Just it was a good experience. Loved it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on Friday evening. It's, I know, Friday time, but feel free to reach out to us directly on Instagram. Any questions, anything. I'm very active on Instagram. I always do the lives, different Q&As on my stories. So, and also I just joined on the thread if anyone there, make sure to follow me on the thread as well. I will start posting some things. It's a cool app. I'm looking at. I'm just playing with it, but that's pretty much it. And I'm really excited. I think finally my baby is coming next week. So before live next week, probably you will see her. Like, she literally grew, almost looks like me. So I cannot wait to see my baby. Just excited for that. One last question here. Could you share your recent listing, Meldrum? So Meldrum, we haven't listed yet. If you want to get details before going onto the market, DM me on Instagram. It's my good friend who flipped it. It's a beautifully renovated home, 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, double car garage. If you want it off the market, probably you can get it around 600,000. On the market, maybe, I don't know. We will list it under 500,000, I guess. But reach out, DM me. More than happy to share video tour, photos, whatever. So Mahadev, hey Mahadev, I'm doing fantastic, brother. How are you? So yeah, so today I'll keep it short because it's Friday evening. I know you guys wanna have a party. I'm coming to Canada soon through PR. Congratulations, brother. Welcome, welcome. Would love to see more people here. Of course, a beautiful country. The country that gave me a lot. I owe the country a lot. So yeah, welcome. With that, thank you so much, guys, for hopping on Friday evening. I'll see you guys later on the next live, or make sure to follow on Instagram. Any help, DM. Looking forward to talk to you guys in person. Take care.